Hello, this is Alan Cross still. Welcome back to part two of my Christmas retrospective. Group playing on the stereo is called Max. Getaway is the name of the song. And we're going to go through a few of the statistics to look at a more happy side of 2024, namely the Cat with No Teeth playlists. So, first of all, we need to go to the magic of YouTube Studio. Right, be there in a second. Right, for your interests, most popular mix in the last week is the one we're playing, Art Break Make Me a Trancer, with Cool Britannia, a new one coming up the list. So at number one we've got Art Break Make Me a Trancer, then Cool Britannia, then Mind Altering Rugs, an interesting one if you've never heard it. The Trends Eden Tull, Dave 3, Watch Later Reset Dial Battery, Popular, which has got pop music on it, Trance Would Be a Fine Thing, Dave 6 and Dave the Album. So there's the last 7 days, those are the top playlists, in case you're wondering. Now we jump to, of all time since the Cat with No Teeth started, the top list, and coming up first is Indie Punk Me Dodgy Ferret Cassettes, which is like an indie mix. Second is Tomcat Survived After Being Abandoned, which is a pop mix. Then we've got An Obscured Sun Shines Through the Clouds Over the Sea, which is my first album. Then my third album comes in afterwards, Cross ETM Richard III, Blues Eternal, which is a blues album dedicated to Jesus and Taylor Hawkins and others. Then we've got the Spring Dr. Pepper Santa, which is one of the kind of hip hop journey that I take people on as an introduction to hip hop for people who might not have experience of some of the really big tracks. Then we've got album 2, which it contains the Uni Short Hub, which is the first part of the university resources that I put on the channel, the Uni Short Hub, if you ever wonder, on album 2. Then we've got Ham Trance 4, Point Question Mark. Now this is the last in the Ham Trance or the Goa Trance mixes that I did originally. Then we've got the Messy Room of Doom, with part 2, which is to do with the anger therapy that I put on, which I advise using with CBD in order to counterbalance the anger. Then we have Cross ETM for The Shoe Must Go On. So that's the top 10 of all time. Now I thought we'd have a look generally through the list to give you a more general guide, some highlights of mine. Hold on, we can get this to work. You just give me a second. Pressing all the wrong buttons. So at the moment we've got playing Way Out West, The Fall. But so here we are, we've got the list of playlists, and there's a lot of playlists on there. There's hundreds, in fact. So I'm just going to go through a quick few highlights to whet your appetite for you to find for yourself, because they're all good. it's just what fits your particular taste. So so with this one, we've got the Trends Eden Tal, which is sort of like dance music, sort of club music. We've got Chris Rybalchenko, who does drum covers. Then there's the Dave mixes. Then there's a popular one, Watch Later Reset Dial Battery, which is more modern trance. There's 3 in memory of Liam Payne, where I play some songs tribute to poor Liam, who died this year. One of the things I forgot to mention, you know, probably one of the main figures of his generation. You know, an icon. Lost to us all. But that's in tribute. Then there's the Smiths, a mix of the Smiths. I do individual bands as well as mixing different types of music together. I do montages. I do things along a similar line. AC/DC. There's one with Cars. If you like Cars, there's a feature on Cars on their comedy moments. USA, some comedy, some beautiful ladies and models on the playlist for men and women, who because women are very gravitated towards women's style and are very competitive. So anyway, we've got some more. There's YouTube for You, Auto Mix, etc., which is a battle between me and YouTube. YouTube plays the first few mixes and I finish the mix off, so you can make up your mind who you think might win the battle. There's some of these mixes are trance mixes. There's quite a lot of, I cover a lot of trance on there, like Transmit or New Day Lost. But Mixed Up World is a mix of pop music like The Who and Crosby, Stills and Nash and The Cult and AC/DC, if you like that kind of thing. Then there's sleep resources. Now this is important for people with PTSD and who are looking for ways to relax. There's also some jokes at the end that I apologise for in advance. Moi versus Alizé, that's a feature on Pink Floyd, featuring a singer called Alizé, who's a very beautiful, talented lady. There's ambient sounds, is ambient. Hum solos, deep pop music. We Remember the Fallen is more dance music dedicated to the soldiers of the wars. Ambient Spirit, you get the idea. Ambient music for PTSD and for de-stressing. New Power Generation is a kind of very on-edgy dance music. No Play is very, very sort of banging dance music. Shoegrazing is a tribute to like indie shoegrazing music scene with some Pink Floyd on there as well. The Ethereal Hero is more ambient music. New Academic Playlist. This is the latest in the academic resources that I put on. Lord of the Trance is a very good trance one. Endless Mental Possibilities, more for PTSD, along with ambiguous ambient ambience. There's a YouTube mix that I put on, created all by YouTube, that features some things that I don't feature. There's more trance and ambient here. Like Out of the Darkness is some very, very dark ambient music. Out of the Inner Voice and Amen is more trance. I've got some Punjabi Bhangra on my album, the rock and roll. There's more ambient is Earth Spiritual Crosswind. You've got there's an album dedicated to Susan, the CEO of YouTube, who died recently of lung cancer, and she kept me on the platform, so I can't really complain. But to a great lady, sort of sorely missed. The New Testament, I mean, Jesus meant is to do with the more dance music. Mutually assured construction is more like 90s dance music. And there's more trance, and there's more house, and there's pop music, popular, no, if you like pop music, and then there's more ambient, more, and Frozen with Sadness is more pop music. The ghost of Pepsi, Chris Mouse Past is well, let's hear that, for example. See, the ghost of Chris Mouse Past is it's more of a mixture between trance and ambient. So you got artists like Doof, Carbon Based Lifeforms, Brian Eno. It's a sort of a mix between ambient trance and ambient, and got Little Fluffy Clouds on there. Echo of a Galaxy by Moon Tripper, very good artist, Moon Tripper, if you ever get into. But so we go right down. You get the ideas. A lot of trance, and a lot of my albums ambient, pop, and rock at the beginning. But when you get further down, if I can, then there's more rock and roll. The Raising of Lazarus is like rock and roll with like Black Rebel Motorcycle Club and Oasis, and you've got Life's Rich Tragedy, which is a mixture between pop and ambient and trance, and songs from the Denigrated, which is more hard house and trance and so forth. It's got features like Massive Attack, Angel, for example. But it features more Sybient stuff, which is a mixture between ambient and psytrance. But anyway, there's songs from the Denigrated, and all the titles kind of tell sort of stories about my life. So some don't make sense, some do make sense. Some are just there because the title isn't what it's about. It's about the playlist. So if you like CJ Bolland and more sort of left field sort of dance music, then this one could be for you. See, as you go further down, you go back in time to the original mixes created. So you go through a lot of trance, pop, rock, and you've got my albums and my songs sort of intermixed. So I'm the kind of live part of the album, and I'm the kind of introduction live element of the improv, bass improv, songwriting, general sort of 60s influenced guitar work. But then you've got Bosworth Jew, which is a tribute to Richard III, featuring a short album featuring a bit of D&B and a track I wrote called Bosworth Jew about Richard III. Then you've got Sybient, if you haven't heard Sybient. Then you've got pop music with the Pet Shop Boys, Know Not, Judge Not. And you go down more into drum and bass sort of territory with DJ Aphrodite, The Law of Venice, A Pound of Mental Health Restraint, so forth, and Afro Delighty, a very popular drum and bass. And you've got Saxon, this a really amazing young guitarist who does the 4th of July special. But then there's Jesus the album, which does actually feature Jesus, as the channel features both testaments and a more manageable version of the Old Testament or Torah. Anyway, as you get further down, there's more kind of alternative dance music. Wildlife on None features Beck and artists like that, and and Crisscross and SL2, and then and so forth. And you've got but then further down you've got more kind of house influenced, trance influenced albums. Vincent D'Amour's a very famous trance, or should be a very famous trance person. He's very good. You've got an album dedicated to Vincent D'Amour. You've got Rocky Road. These are more rock albums. You know, for example, Rocky Road. So he's got Black Rebel Motorcycle Club and Kasabian and Mark Bolan and Jesus and Mary Chain and so forth, John Lee Hooker, and finishes with some nice Velvet Underground and ZZ Top and Primal Scream and so forth. See, after each mix is designed so you meditate and you let go of the feelings that each mix generates. That's why the mix is a very controlled therapy, and then you let go through use of CBD and meditation. And there's a variety of